What's up, everybody? Welcome to HotMakes right here. Whoa, he's rocking it. You're rocking it.
Sorry. I was still playing the intro. I didn't realize that we were done playing guitar.
What is this guitar? What is it, Banjo Hero? Or what is that, a
It's
ukulele?
not a banjo, it's a uke. It's a uke.
A uke. You should have
It's a
printed
uke.
one. I'm
I had a 3D printed one.
disappointed.
It got lost somewhere in the tornado. Welcome to HotMakes, everybody.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to HotMakes right here on HotMakes Live. All the HotMakes things. I am Nerdy J, also known as Jim from the Edge of Tech. This, my friend, is Caleb, producer extraordinaire. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. We have been, RC Maniac says uke hero. Did they make a uke hero? Did they make a ukulele hero? That would have been awesome. Doing good. We're moved into rental house. We kind of the market around here kind of sucks, so we were like, you know what, it's been 4.5 months, we just need to find a place that's private space. So instead of purchasing and continuing to look and continuing to wait and continuing to live with family, we just decided, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and get a rental so we can get something sooner. So that's where we are. I'm currently in the staging area, which is going to be the office, which is currently just desks covered in crap that we need to put away. So
hey, you're moving though. You're moving. Hey,
yes.
Andrew Rogers, thank you so much. I hope you are feeling better.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you for the non ice cream sandwich kind. Or no, for the ice cream sandwich kind. Sorry, I read that wrong.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Also, the tornado move or the actual tornado?
I haven't seen
that
it
you
since
lost
we
your
packed.
ukulele.
Yeah, the 3D printed ukulele I had. I actually printed that when I was at CMCNC, and Andy Oprisco gave me the hardware for it. Nice. But so I've had that thing for probably about 5 years or so now. But yeah, I haven't seen it since we packed everything up. So
well, congratulations on your own place to live now. And I know it's been a few months now, so glad you're there.
It's
hope
okay.
You got your head on level head. Are you level headed?
I'm doing my best to keep myself level headed.
Yeah. I saw that coming.
You stole it from me.
Yeah, if you're in a swivel chair, at least you're got your head on a swivel too.
Oh jeez.
What's up, buddy? Though we weren't here last week. And we're back. We have an amazing guest. I'm super excited to talk to Bryan. We chatted briefly at Murph, and this is the first chance I've been able to connect and be like, hey, we should get together and do this. We were going to do it last week, and then we realized, wait, I'm not going to be here last week, so we moved it to this week. So it's going to be a great discussion with Bryan. He's doing some awesome things in the community. Dad jokes, yes. And other than that, we have like 15, I don't know, HotMakes or 20, something like that. I also have a challenge
this week.
We do. We have some really good ones. We also have a challenge. So stick around because I have an idea it's gonna spice things up a little. So we have some fun.
I don't have any
that.
spice near me.
We'll talk about that later.
Near me.
Man, anything new? So for me, what's new is I didn't put a video out the last 2 weeks on my normal channel, or this weekend, last week, and I've just catching up on stuff, working on stuff, and this giant monstrosity of a Rat Rig 500. I am whoa, it's back there somewhere.
Whoa.
I am currently in wiring phase, and I'm not gonna lie, a little intimidated. So I need to just buckle up and get on it. I know there's some people in the chat who've done plenty of these things. I should just hit you up and have you walk me through it because I'm like never done it, right? It's my first time, little intimidated because I got to extend a few of the hot end wires, actually most of them, because the 500 doesn't come with long enough wires, so there's that.
So what I'm hearing is you're over there getting wired.
Yeah. Jano built a Prusa recently. I think at MK4S,
nice.
if I remember like that. Nice work on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, so working on that. Big things are coming. I've kind of alluded a little bit to it.
Are you allowed to show the thing? Okay.
I could.
That would give it away. No, don't. That would give it away.
I mean, it's not like I haven't said what I'm doing already at some point in the past, but I have a video coming about it, so there's that.
Keep it secretive.
I'm sure someone will come along shortly to tell me how easy and simple it is. Probably, you know what? It probably is easy and simple to someone who's done it before.
Yeah, you just put the Doomaflachi and the doobly doo, and next thing you know, you got a wiggle waggle.
Yeah. Still building. Oh, it's the XL. That's right, on the XL. Nice. So we're gonna keep rocking. We have an awesome guest tonight. If you did we go through everything? I can't remember.
I think we did.
We're here on the everything.
Except, yeah.
So,
sorry, I'm a little out of it. Tonight was my first night driving back to this house, and I went the wrong way. Of course. I didn't.
Well,
so I
you're
came
probably
in like 5 minutes before we started.
You're probably like, you're so used to going to the other place, and
I know. Yeah, I started driving towards the family's place.
Greetings, peeps. Tripod.
All right.
Oh, hang on. I need to. Let's see. What do I have?
I'm excited for our guest.
Should I put my tripod's hat on?
Yeah.
Or tripod's garage hat.
Hang on. If you hand it over to me through the screen, I'll wear one. I need a tripod hat.
You already have a hat on.
I don't have a second hat to put on.
It didn't work.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, hang on. Yeah. I don't know what we're doing.
All right.
At this point,
Ready?
what is?
Ready? Okay, hang on.
Yeah, you're ready.
All right, you ready to hand it to me?
Yeah. Yeah, that was for you.
That was awesome.
Representing tripod going RGB on his setup. I saw that tripod. All right, let's do this. Yeah. I have tripod coffee cup.
I don't know why that made me so happy.
What do I have in here? I have a bag full of tripod stuff that I bought at Murph. I have a Yoda.
There you go.
That's not tripod branded.
Did you find a leg in that bag? Sorry. Movie magic. Ooh, Jerry. Yeah. Nice. Still in the box. I tell you what I'll do. I value this so much that I'm going to give it away. No, I'm just joking. To me. No, I'm kidding.
Sweet. All right, I'm done babbling. We're done messing around.
Okay.
We have an awesome guest. I think we should bring him in.
Are you ready to grill him with some questions?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I don't think that phrasing was quite right.
I mean, to be fair, you read the like masterpiece, and so I'll follow your lead with the questions because you probably know better where to go with them. I'm just joking. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Minnesota, I believe, right? Bryan, also known as Darth Gallom. How you doing, man?
Is it very Minnesota?
Well. Yeah.
So, okay, hear me out. Jim is in Wisconsin, and this entire time I'd been prepping the show and everything, and I was looking at your socials and your write-up and everything. I think I have like slight dyslexia, and it flipped the M upside down. So I thought you were in Wisconsin this whole time, not M. I thought it was W-I, not M-I, not I-M. Anyway. So that's why when we were in the green room, I thought you guys knew each other, and I was a little confused when you were like, "Nice to meet you."
Yeah, well, we met at Murph, right? And Bryan was there, had a table at Murph. We talked a little bit, and then I was like, "Contact me, and if I don't answer, contact me 6 more times, and then I will answer." And then we're here. So that's
and it only took what, 4 times?
I probably. I am so bad. I'm like, okay, mark unread, so I remember to go back, and then I don't remember to go back. But hello, plastic people. So Bryan, real quick before we go too far, because you do a ton of cool stuff. Who are you? What do you do? We know you're in Minnesota now. But who are you? What do you do? And where can we find your stuff? And then we're gonna jump into it.
Yeah. So I'm Bryan Farmer. I am one of the teachers that teach out of the Fab Lab at Menomonee High School. It's a school in the northeast suburbs of the Twin Cities in Minnesota. We boast the first Fab Lab ever put into a public high school. And I get the great, it's an amazing opportunity to work with students as they get to explore the use of a makerspace and all the wonderful things that go with it. Where you can find for the school, we have X, whatever Twitter's now, at Menomonee
Yeah.
Fab Lab or Menomonee Engineering, and then I'm also tagged under Darth Gallom on various platforms, including Twitch and X.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
So you said it was the first Fab Lab ever put into a school or a high school?
A public high school.
Public high school.
That's
really
awesome.
Yep.
Like in the nation?
That is crazy.
Yep.
Wow.
Wow,
Okay.
because I've heard of like
I don't know why I didn't
makers
realize that.
labs or maker spaces, right, where they have some printers and stuff for kids to
Mhm.
use. But you're actually what defines you? What's a Fab Lab? Let's start there. You know.
So Fab Lab concept came up at MIT. There's a group there that defined what makes a Fab Lab. So it has a certain type of maker, type of equipment. It caters to their community and provides access to help people get exposure to all that. For us, through strong community effort, we were able to raise funds. And during our remodel, we're now on our 12th year, able to put that into place. And I mentioned the community. It was the community that helped us get this put in. It's something that most schools strive for, but it takes that outside effort. We
Mhm.
built it up. We had my couple predecessors actually went through MIT's training to have that MIT how to teach almost anything curriculum set up that
That's
got us
awesome.
started with it. I then went through one of our local universities, and then we worked with a local community college to help build it even farther. And we've evolved throughout the year. Our community is our high school population. We work really well with those students, give them opportunities. So then we're able to offer students 3 levels of engineering courses, which gets them exposed to all
Wow.
sorts of maker equipment. We have 2 levels of digital electronics that my colleague teaches, where they start learning Arduinos and up through mechatronics. We even offer a senior capstone where kids will have a whole semester in which they propose a project. Either they find an industry mentor or I help them find somebody. Oftentimes, I go through my work on Twitch or through other different things. I believe I even found one through HotMakes one time where I connect them with people who know how to or who have experience working with this stuff, tie them together, and then they get a whole semester to build some truly amazing things. We had a full motion driving simulator last year, motion controlled and everything, so the whole thing moved. Don't worry, Jim. They made me try it out. So
Oh darn! I mean,
Amazing.
like darn, yeah. I bet they really yanked your leg to get you in it, right?
Absolutely.
I think you posted that on Twitter, if I remember right. I think I saw this, and I'm going back to see if I can find it while we're talking. But so
I wish I had a Fab Lab like that when I was
Yeah.
in high school.
Then
Because
we have
like I probably would have been down a totally different career path.
Oh, absolutely. Because we can't get all the kids in our classes. We also offer a whole range of extracurricular opportunities for them, and that's what really things are gets the kids the opportunities because that's where they develop a lot of these other skills on
Right.
top of just learning the machines because they build teamwork, they build leadership skills. Yeah, you saw my list. I can go down all our STEAM
Yeah.
opportunities at some point or pick and choose. But yeah,
Which
it's
is a lot
great
of
thing.
a lot of effort, but do you feel like I'm assuming you feel like it's rewarding seeing those kids kind of expand their knowledge base given the tools that they need to kind of like grow.
Absolutely. So I get a lot of kids coming back to me. They'll reconnect with me through either just come back to the school through email or through LinkedIn or something, and they tell me that their experiences in the Fab Lab, either through a club or through a class, help them kind of identify what they wanted to study and help them gain legs up on fellow students in college, getting into different internships or research opportunities, and really help them kind of identify what type of field they wanted to get into.
That's
I
cool.
use my son as an example. He knew he wanted to be an engineer early on, ever since we've had various events at the school. He liked that, but he didn't know what type. It wasn't until he started taking the classes that he really felt a pull towards the electrical engineering. And now he's a senior studying electrical engineering.
That's
That's
awesome.
so cool.
I mean,
Big
I just
Jano, hit the nail on the head too. Big Dano was talking about how his high school removed the CAD classes because AutoCAD wouldn't work on the computers they bought district wide. And like that's one of the
Yeah.
things that I was kind of leaning towards is like the amount of effort, like the outside funding probably being limited by what technology the state or the school is able to give you. The fact that, I mean, teachers have to pay for a lot of their own stuff anyway. Like there's so much that you aren't given to be as successful as you could be to make the kids as successful as they could be. So I would imagine this has been a lot of effort.
It has been, and we're lucky in a couple regards. Our district has made a commitment over the years to making sure we have this, so they funded at the level they can. We also have an amazing education foundation that has created on top of their usual grants they pass out, have an additional fund that they have developed over the years for Fab Lab and engineering projects.
Wow.
They just bought us a brand new resin printer that'll be able to put into the lab this fall.
Awesome.
Oh, nice. Like something large or what?
The Prusa, what is it?
Okay.
SLS
SLS, yeah.
with
Um,
the wash and drying station.
Nice. That's awesome. I just think back when I was in high school, I did the auto classes because I mean we had a shop class, which I don't remember if we had woodworking, but then we had like auto body and auto mechanics, like two different classes. I did those and then I did a shop class, but I didn't really ever dive into stuff like this, right? Because to my knowledge, we didn't have it. Maybe I wasn't interested at the time to know we didn't have it. I don't know, but I'm sure we did. I mean, we never had 3D printers and that kind of thing. I graduated in 2000, so there's a little bit, a little bit out of the realm in that. But I mean, like, just to give the opportunity for people to come in and experience all these new things, because honestly, trades is kind of where it is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to jump into engineering and stuff, that's amazing. But
So
if you
glad you bring that up, Jim.
Yeah.
Because when you talk about the trades, so we built our program originally focusing on kids trying to get to a 4-year school in engineering.
Sure.
And we've saturated how many kids we can serve with that. So we are currently in a huge effort now to shift and add manufacturing and those opportunities because we want to give kids a chance to get into trades. At my high school, we don't have that traditional woods or metals class. So we're trying to provide other chances to do that.
Got it. No, that's awesome. It's so cool because I mean, really, trades are dying for people right now. You can make super good money without going to like crazy 4-year schools. In many cases, they are paying you to come work there. They're paying to train you, and they're paying you to get the training or for your training to get you into that, into the respective trade that you want to go into. And it's just cool that you guys are there to kind of like help check out all this stuff and let's see where you want to go kind of thing,
It's kind of fun. I got to go learn how to weld this summer so I can start adding those type of things in.
That's cool.
So cool.
Oh, I'm reading the stuff. So what you do 3D printing, right? What kind of printers do you guys use currently?
We currently have 8 of the Prusa Minis as our main 3D printers. We also have 4 of the Prusa Mark IIIs. I'm hopeful I think we have some funding, otherwise I'm going to be writing a grant. I want to get some upgrade kits for those. Okay. And then the new resin. And then I have a blank space because while we have our main printers, which the Prusas hold now and have been a great addition, because the biggest thing we've always had is throughput, having up to 30 kids in a class trying to work through printers.
Yeah.
It's always tough to get everyone on. So Prusa's given us the biggest range with those minis, so that's been awesome. Yeah, but I want them to see more than just one type. So we've had a Delta in the past. We've had some kits in the past. I have a blank spot that I'm looking to fill with another type of printer. Nice. We've had multi-material units before. I'm thinking maybe along that line again. I don't know. I'm hinting maybe a Bamboo or something wants to contact me about some opportunities.
There you go.
But yeah, I want to give kids another opportunity to see something else.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, and the cool thing about printers these days, especially this year, well, in the last year, we'll say in the last like year, everything's going faster. Everything's going faster, and then the multi-material thing is becoming much bigger than I feel it was before. And I think that would be sweet to get you a X1 Carbon or a P1S with the AMS or something. And you never know what else they're going to be putting out, right? I mean, there could be something else coming that you guys would be like, "Whoa, that's awesome." But it's the multicolor thing is where is so much fun. It's so much fun.
I've noticed a couple comments coming up, if you don't mind. Who was it, John?
Yeah.
Stern asked a couple things. One about resin safety. The plan is to limit very much who gets to use those, and they get to be well trained. And nice thing about schools, we have very good ventilation systems.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then you mentioned clay printing. My pottery teacher has asked about a clay 3D printer multiple times.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Interesting. Wow. I never even thought about that. That'd be pretty cool. If anyone has a printer that needs a home. Yeah. I just want to point out, you also said it gives the kids a leg up on the competition. So tripod, you know. No.
I actually have a set of legs around here somewhere.
I love it. But I mean, like, what other stuff do you? So we know you do 3D printing, and I'm assuming like the kids get to design and print something that they designed. Is that how you guys work, or how does that work?
So throughout our 3 levels of engineering, our first one is a lot of here's the machines, here's how to use them. We start them off on Tinkercad for designing. We offer Fusion 360. We used to offer SolidWorks, but shifted over for financial reasons.
Sure.
We also have some 3D scanners. We have the IronScan Pro. We have Connect, and I've been working with, you might be familiar with Ethan's dad, 3D, and his iPad. I wrote another grant to get some iPad Pros with the LiDAR on it, and working to try to get that incorporated as well. So they'll get design aspects through those, 3D scanning through that. Then they always do modification stuff and bring it over the printers. Because one of the things we strive is it's not good enough that you just can run the machine, but why are you running the machine? So we frame a lot of stuff is what problem are you solving? What are you making to solve whatever problem's facing you? One kid, it was his fries always spilled in his car, so he made an insert for his cup holder just to hold his box of French fries.
I love that.
Which is great. Yeah, that's his problem. He solved that.
Solving
that's
problems.
So
yeah.
good. So good. Oh man.
And then other machines, we have vinyl cutters. We have a couple of I call them small, but they're large rolling, like vinyl cutters for kids to learn on. Wrote a grant to get a 52-inch printing cut system that we've incorporated in one of the new clubs where they're actually producing their own stickers and banners.
I saw in some of your pictures there was what I thought was a large format, just paper printer. But is that what you're talking about?
Yep, that's a vinyl printing cut.
Board. That's awesome. That's massive.
Ooh, really?
Yep, and like I said, that was a huge. It was a combination again of our education fund and a couple other grants that brought that in, and that became the foundation of what we refer to as our Menomonee Club, and they're actually becoming a production house within our Fab Lab to create. Right now, stickers and banners, but their goal is to use a lot more of the equipment.
That's awesome.
That is cool.
Yeah. So we have 2 big Helix lasers. We have mini mills. We have a 4-foot by 8-foot CNC router. We have some.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and then we're adding back some of those traditional shop tools and stuff. We just got a metalworking mill, as well as table saw, band saws, job saws, and we just bought sets of hand tools, because the other thing we've learned lately is kids don't know what a hammer is.
Oh wow!
Learning how to use 3D printers, but we don't know what a hammer is.
Yeah, well, it's a skill that's gone away without having a built up throughout the years. It's come out of middle school curriculum and stuff. But yeah, we asked a kid to help pound a nail that came loose in. Hammer and a wrench were sitting on the counter. He picked up the wrench.
Oh wow.
Wow. Man,
Hey, I
but
guess
you
I
don't,
could.
but I mean, you don't know what you don't know.
That's
but
right.
but it's so weird because my 3-year-old will be like, "Oh, I want to play with the hammer," and he'll go grab a hammer. I'm like, "Wait. What can you hit
This is
with
the
that
part.
right now?"
This is the
You know
part
what I
where we
mean?
find out that Jim also
Yeah.
doesn't know what a hammer is,
Yeah,
and he thinks
he
his son
grabs
is
up
grabbing the hammer.
He grabs up the crescent wrench.
Or it's that
Um,
dad actually uses the hammer,
Yeah.
so then they're experienced with
Yeah,
it.
well,
We
he
do
has
have
like
kids
a-
that are well experienced with tools.
Well, he has a full set like of his own with it. Has a little hammer and a screwdriver, and it's like all on this little Tykes kind of workbench thing. So he can put the like fake nail in and hit it with a hammer, and it actually goes down in it. You can
Oh,
use a
that's cool.
screwdriver to like turn, and there's flathead and Phillips. You can do the 2 different screws, and it has like a screw gun. So like a little drill, and you put the little bit in there, and he can do that. So he knows what that stuff is. It just I never even considered that there's probably people out there who don't, you know.
John Star says they need MC Hammer to come in as a guest teacher.
Yeah. Do you know who Hammer is? It's Hammer time. So I found this on I want to talk about this for a second. The captions like putting on some sunglasses, I think is said on your Facebook page, right?
Okay.
And let's see. I thought I was gonna maximize it. Maybe it is. Anyways, I don't know what is happening right now. Is frozen. There we go.
There you go. Is this like one of those overly complicated machines?
Yeah.
Yep.
What are we?
I
So
love
what are we
this.
seeing?
So for
It's dominoes. Okay.
yeah, our engineering 3,
Oh.
so our 3rd level engineering course, their culminating project is to work in teams to create a Rube Goldberg device for whatever thing they decide. Putting on sunglasses was one of the things we had on cards, and it was drawn randomly.
Got it.
But then they have to take it from one end, pass it from group to group using various contraptions, and then I make them perform this at our annual community event. So, and that's what you see here. It puts them kind of on stage to show off what they have done, and
Yeah.
they do a really good job explaining what it's supposed to do, and then it never works. But
Well,
the big thing
but
is
the
failure
idea
is
is there.
always important in what we do.
Oh, there's a hammer.
Right. And really, like, that introduces that troubleshooting aspect to it, because
I love it.
conceptually, clearly they know exactly what they're trying to get it to do. It's just either friction or weight or like materials that are just need to be refined. Like, some of my favorite videos are people who are trying to do something specific, and they just keep changing one little thing at a time until they get closer and closer to their goal, and then eventually it works.
I saw something down here. There we go.
The important part here to me is that they understand if they can explain it really well, it doesn't matter if it works or not, they can get it to work.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's awesome.
what I thought was cool about that last video that we saw was they used a multitude of different items to create what they were doing. It was cardboard and dominoes and blocks and string, and like they put a bunch of stuff together, and it made them think like, what can we use that's laying around, right? I like that. That's pretty cool.
Fantastic.
This is out there, and I think you were talking about, maybe we were talking about this at Murph, I believe, the stuff that can go on the crutches. I should have brought tripod over to you because this is great for him.
So he doesn't spill his fries.
Yeah. See, I mean, this is if I remember right, I think you said this right here reduces, like, if you put different size cups or bottles or cans in a crutch holder, right? Is this one of the things where they had to solve a problem?
Yeah, so this is a project that has evolved over the last couple of years. So one of the things we do is, on top of learning the machines, we work on the engineering design process, and we have engineering challenges. And we're looking for one. And my colleague had a student that was on crutches for most of the semester, said, wouldn't it be nice if we could help the student out and create something that would hold their Chromebook and their water bottle as they try to get from class to class?
Yeah.
And it's evolved. For our middle school, they don't allow backpacks. So we're like, okay, think about now your time in your middle school and you had this. What if your friend's not available to help carry your stuff? How are you going to do this?
Right.
So
that's so awesome.
they have this challenge then, create something that will attach to the crutch that will hold a Chromebook and a water bottle, and then add more stuff on there because then they present it as a prototype. I work with like MadCat USA through Twitch and stuff, who actually works with orthopedics and stuff, and he's helped define some of the things that the kids need to take into account to make it even better and not create something that's going to hinder the use of the crutch itself.
Sure.
Mhm.
But then they figure out ways to attach it. A lot of these show various ways of using the different adjusting holes on the side of the crutches or just
Yeah.
clips around the
Oh.
side.
Okay.
When I make them test it, they actually have to put the Chromebook and the water in there and do a complete loop around the classroom.
Nice. I love it.
And some
That's
of them
cool.
fall out.
Yeah.
Some of them fall out, and that's why the Chromebooks have insurance. So, so Brits, RC Maniac says, I remember myself and friends in college being asked what we wish we learned and saying home economics. What's funny about that is when I was growing up, there was a lot of home ec classes offered where I was. So I took like the home ec, the cooking, all that stuff, because I thought I love to do something. I love to do stuff with my hands. And this was like in middle school time for us, you know. And I love to learn. I learn visually a lot better than I do like in the other classes sitting behind books or whatever. So I took all those classes that I could. And, you know, I think that I loved it. I loved it, but not to mention I got to eat. So, you know, that was a benefit too. Let's just throw it out there because it was like snack time then. But
Our culinary class
I wanna go to
very
snack
well
class.
for that very reason.
yeah, I bet. Well, and
You know,
like, middle school gym was like 110 pounds. So I was like, and I like ate myself back then, right? But
I bet you the people in the chat can guess what they didn't teach you in home ec.
Dieting.
How to eat Oreos.
That's true. That's true. I was looking. I swear. Oh, here it is. There you go. I knew I saw.
Oh, there it is.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a full motion
That is
racing
so
simulator. To be fair, he made it too sensitive, and when you drove it, if you didn't have it braced right, it actually would throw you out. So he had a little bit of tinkering to do after the fact.
I love it.
So what you're saying
That's
is
the
don't get
eject
in the
button.
race sim
Yeah.
after snack class.
Yes.
Yeah.
A couple
Well,
of
yeah.
things on the chat that's come up. Yeah, unfortunately, too many of the tech ed and trade type classes have found their ways out of schools. And I think Brett commented, if your parents aren't handy, you just don't get those experiences. And we as a society have to do a better job, because I think Built Overbot mentioned that there's not a lot of love right now for the trades. We have to do a better job showing how great those opportunities are. And I work really hard now in my position to show that that is a viable option. I mean, we take tours down to one of our local businesses and other ones where their main input of employees come straight through the trade schools, and they help show what type of great careers these kids can get. So there's more options than just doing a traditional 4-year school.
That's awesome. I mean, and that really needs to be out there more, I think. I think Mike Rowe does a really good job of trying to, you know, get that message out. And I love Mike Rowe. I love everything he does. He has some hilarious posts that he does all quite often, but you know, it just like you could go be somebody said a welder or a millwright or you know, you could go be a plumber, electrician, any of that stuff,
weaving.
and make darn good money. You know, darn good. Yeah, underwater basket, dude. Okay, that brings me to the HGTV like renovate my house or whatever. Or we're looking for buying a new house kind of shows. For a little while we got into those, and it was like, I'm a butterfly wing counter and I'm a pencil sharpener and we have a budget of $2 million. I'm like, come on, what's happening?
Yeah.
But
a butterfly wing counter.
Yeah, I mean, like they do the craziest stuff, but who would want to do who would want to be anything other than the millwright? That's Maker Millwright is saying this, and by the way.
Oh,
There was a
okay,
couple
I see,
questions
yeah.
that I did star. Let's see. Who is your oh, here we go. There you go. Who is your favorite Star Wars character and why is it Thrawn?
To be
Clearly, it
fair,
looks
that's
like your
my
favorite is
brother.
Darth Vader. Oh, really?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Your brother is blue.
No, my brother's Cold Iron. Asking the question.
Oh, that was a Thrawn joke there, right?
My favorite
Yeah.
is Darth Vader, as in my display cabinet behind me here.
That's so cool.
The joke around school, my colleague likes to claim I have a Sith shrine in my house. So when I finished off my basement, got it decorated in Star Wars theme, I basically created my Sith shrine.
You get to school in the morning using a Sith Wayfinder.
Well, let's just say I have a disco ball Death Star hanging in my physics classroom.
Where does one get a disco ball Death Star? Asking for a friend.
Yeah.
Be known as the Star Wars teacher in your school, and when prom falls on May the 4th and they do a Star Wars themed one, they give it to you.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
That's
also,
awesome.
Also, my son's birthday, May the 4th. But weird thing is she wouldn't let me name him Jar Jar. I don't know why. No, I love it. We have I keep thinking like I wish they had this when I was in school, and there's like a lot of stuff that's taken away, but in your case, you guys have like that opportunity in your area. In your case, is there something like any of us out watching right now? Is there anything we could do to help maybe make this happen in our areas, or help like you in your area, or anything like that? Because I think many of us watching would actually love to see this happen in our areas, and I think a lot of people would probably take part in it if we could.
Mhm.
So what, like I said, what can we do to maybe start that conversation in our areas, help out you in your area, that kind of thing?
So, I mean, that's one of the reasons I started going to Murph. As we established our Fab Lab, we ended up hosting teachers from around the country and train them into how to teach in a makerspace. And we had done that for a number of years. And when I say across the nation, we literally had a teacher from Hawaii through Maine, and mostly in our upper Midwest. Wisconsin was well represented. And now there's a lot of those type of spaces in that area. So what I continue to do now that it isn't as big a demand for having full, I mean, those were 2-week boot camp type classes where we literally ran them through how to use all the equipment, brought them through all how we run the curriculum and stuff. What I do now is I provide my information, and then I will consult with other teachers and stuff, because the biggest thing I've heard from other teachers is, hey, maybe somebody gives them a 3D printer, their school buys them one, but they don't know how to use it. And I'll work with them on how to make it not some special little thing in the corner, but how can that get embedded into what they're doing?
Nice.
Like I say, our curriculum has shifted a lot into, we have to solve a problem. Here's our tools that we can use to do that. How are we going to use these tools to start solving those problems? And what people can do, there's multiple ways. Everything costs money, of course. So some people can support financially. That's how we got our Fab Lab. We had a group get together early on, but they were retired engineers and were able to do that. The other thing that helped us a lot, we had people who had expertise and knowledge volunteer in our space. We would have 4 people regularly early on come in and work with kids, share their knowledge of 3D printing, lasers, and the vinyl stuff, and really help them out with that. And then if you have things you can share. We've gotten a lot of, as we're building our electronics, we've gotten a lot of electronics kits donated that we've been able to scavenge parts from to create different stuff. I use myself as an example. Anytime I'm online and I win a roll of filament, you know where that goes? That goes pretty much right to my school, because filament ain't cheap and kids use a lot of it because, you know what? They're not the greatest at following all the directions and getting stuff. So you have extra filament you want to share, find a school that can help out with that. Personally, Pesla's made me create a huge wish list that I put together on my Twitch channel. It's linked on there. I put down everything that anyone's told me is something that would be really cool to try that's outside my normal budget, and dropped it on there. I include other things like in my physics class. I teach a University of Minnesota physics class at my high school, in which they're limited by what type of calculator they have to use. So instead of asking the kids to buy it, I'm trying to get a classroom set, because they already have the graphing calculator for math. I need them to have a scientific one without the graphing function for physics. So I look for stuff like that. And those kinds of things either fall on the kids, fall on the teachers, and those type of things really help out.
I just popped that wish list in the chat.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That's a great idea. I think I never even thought of that too. I mean, that's perfect, because people can jump on there, pick up stuff, and drop it right to you, and help you out. And that's awesome.
Yeah, I see. It was a Ben the age. Yeah, a lot of schools and libraries get those 3D printers, and then nobody uses them. If you have time and expertise, volunteer. I was just talking with Shenanigans on his. I think I've convinced him to go into his kid's school and help just show them Tinkercad. Tinkercad can be shown to kids fairly young, can get started with that. And I use it still through high school. I'll give a shout out to Maker Millwright on that. He's shown me how much can really be done with Tinkercad, and how incredibly complex you can make stuff with that.
Oh, wow. I might have to dive into my wife is dove into the Tinkercad head first now, and she is making stuff for miniatures. And she just looks at stuff and she's like, I need to make that for miniature. And now it's like it used to be like, oh, that'd be cool if we could find this. Now it's like, I want to make this. You know, we were sitting there today in my little guy's room before I came over here, and she's looking up and she's like, we have those glow in the dark stars, right? Like all over the place. And she put them all over and made different patterns and stuff with them. And she's like, I could make this in miniature. You have glow in the dark filament, right? And I was like, yeah. She goes, can you bring home a 0.4 nozzle? And I was like, yeah. And then she's like, can you show me how to install the 0.4 nozzle on I have an X1 carbon that I brought home for her. And I was like, sure. I have a video about it too. And she's like, all right, bring the nozzle home. I'll just watch your video, you know? Not awesome. That I wouldn't just show her because it's faster than watching the video, but
well, no, I see how it is. Yeah, the big YouTuber energy. When your wife asks you for help with something, you're like, yeah, just watch my video.
I already did that. Go watch it. No, but I told her, like, I mean, it's just cool because she's really interested in it. And you said that about Tinkercad. I'm like, now I might have to pick Maker Millwright's brain, because
right here, this was all designed in Tinkercad. This is a Maker Millwright creation. My sign here.
Oh wow,
nice.
He made for me, and then all done in Tinkercad.
That's awesome.
But you also mentioned like glow in the dark filament. For me, I buy filament. I buy a lot of filament, but I buy black, white, gray, and our still colors pretty much.
Yeah.
So when I win stuff, that's when I get to bring in some cool stuff for kids to try.
That's cool.
I mean, I won some TPU, and kids went wild with that, doing phone cases and tires and everything else.
Right. That's really fun. Really quick, because I'm proud of this.
Yes.
So she designed. Does she have it? This isn't the one. Anyways, now I think she was actually showing off the soap. She made a little soap holder and soap for miniatures. Awesome. But like, let's see. This is the little. She actually made these jars with UV curing resin.
That looks so cozy.
Let me go back. There we go. So the XO sign. You see those in like real houses right now. She's like, I can make that. So she jumped into Tinkercad and grabbed. She came over here. We were here Saturday. She was filament shopping, and she brought home a bunch of Polymaker and started playing with that. This was her first 3 colors. She's using the AMS, like we were talking about, multicolor, right?
Nice.
So she's super pumped because this was all done straight off the AMS, and this picture really doesn't do it justice. It's so cool to see it in person because it looks just like a house sign would, right? And and you can't really, with the exception of the lines on the top, you can't really tell it's printed. But this is using a 0.2 nozzle. She has been doing 1/12 scale, so 1 foot is 1 inch in that scale, right? So she's like, she measures stuff, and then sometimes you're like, it just doesn't look right because it's so small. But
you know what's great about that? The Star Wars Black Series figures are 6-inch figures. They're 1/12 scale.
Oh, so you
can start putting Star Wars figures on the couch and stuff.
I should do that. So she's like, lately she's going like crazy with the multicolor stuff though. So she's making, for bathrooms, for her bathroom, she's making these bottles.
John Stern figured it out. It's a full size sign with a giant hand.
Yes, that's absolutely true. And and she's just like, oh, and now we were talking. She's like, how do I put labels on stuff? And I was like, we could get a UV print, UV printer. And she's like, what is that? So she looked it up.
Expensive.
Right?
It's expensive. Yeah, that's what it is.
Exactly. And then I don't know. I think I showed this last week, or maybe I didn't. But
that's awesome.
The E in our house. And then she printed it in brown filament, painted it white, and then sanded it off. And now she's selling the letters on her Etsy store.
That's super cool.
But that's what we actually have in our house. And then that's the one she made, right? So it's super cool that you can use things like Tinkercad, because oops, that's not what I want to do. There we go. Because she never designed, has never done anything. She's watched a few YouTube videos, trying to learn, and most of it's just tinkering, literally, in Tinkercad, But yeah, soap for ants. Yes, soap for ants.
Soap for ants.
What time is it? Oh man, what do you think? You're gonna stick around for some hot makes? Can we dive into that quick?
Absolutely. And Akuna Mods, yes, my last name is Farmer, but my family hasn't been farmers for a number of generations, and I get that every school year. So
yeah. Well, his last name is Farmer as well.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not that I just outed him or something. I think everybody knows his real name.
I think everybody knows. Yeah.
Irf, I'll see you there. Dye sub printer is fine for stickers too, and cheaper than UV. No, I have a dye sub photo printer. That would work.
There you go.
Never thought of that. Because I had a photo booth, right, with my DJ business, and I have a pretty dang nice dye sub photo printer. I never even thought about that. How does that work? I'll have to look it up. Hit me up. Is that Marcus that said that? Yes. Hit me up, Marcus, if you know how to make that work. All right, here we go. We got some hot makes. Let's jump into it.
Let's do it.
Speaking of designers, Lightspeed is been killing it with some fun stuff. Always on it. He did this thing, and this was like at the end of the last show. He's like, I should have tagged this. At that time, it was free, not so much anymore. But he made the bomb pop. Yes.
Oh, so
a rocket pop, a bomb pop, whatever you want to call it.
So I pulled up your Twitch account on another tab to pull that to pull the Amazon wish list up, and apparently some of your streams started playing in the background, because this whole time I thought, I was sitting here going, why is he talking so quietly? And he doesn't seem like he's talking to us either. He's just kind of talking.
That's awesome.
Oh.
No, and you got a view. But this is the bomb pop or rocket pop, whatever you want to call them. And he made a couple different versions, and they unscrew, and you can store stuff in there.
That's so cool.
Super cool. I the colors, by the way, spot on.
One could say it's the bomb.
Yeah, very, very much. Sweet, literally. I want to say literally. All right, here we go. Next, old salty Wayne says Wexter, your models and the bamboo X1 carbon are perfect combination. There you go. That is damn good. Look at that.
Clean.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I love how shiny the hair is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious something real quick. Is this Oh, maybe not. Okay.
So that's
I was
one,
looking.
2, 3,
1, 2,
4,
3,
5. That's
4,
five.
5.
That's 5 colors.
It looks like it.
So
would
yeah,
say.
it looks like you'd have to, if it was just the regular, 4, you would just swap the gray out with red while it's doing
Yeah.
the tie and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. If somebody doesn't
Yeah.
know that trick, if you have one AMS, you can get 4 colors. But really, you could do more. You just start at the bottom here, and you color. Say this gray here. You're not going to use that again up here. So
Mhm.
color that in as gray, and then use that same color for the lips, right? And then when the gray is done, just swap the filament in the AMS. It doesn't care or know that you changed the color. You don't have to tell it. So then
Just
you
don't
get up to the
accidentally
top,
swap it backward.
yeah, right. And it thinks it's gray, and you're printing red. I love that. I love that trick.
That's
Done it
cool.
a few times. But nice work. I love it. Old Salty.
Hey, are the pigtails in the hair flexy? They look flexy.
That's a good question. Let us
They
know if
look
you
like
know
they
that.
are because
Let us know.
they're like flat on one end and they look like they have hinges.
Yeah, it might be. I can't tell, but if
Yeah.
somebody knows, let us know. Let us know. All right. Next, Hue Forge. Another Hue Forged clock. This is printed on the X1 carbon with an AMS.
Oh,
Sunderland Easted. There you go.
Oh, I like
that is so cool.
Have you seen the Hue Forged stuff, Brian?
I was introduced to it at Murph.
Nice.
Um,
They had
and
some sweet stuff at Murph.
I need to look more into that. You know, Zombie and
That's
Teslas
so
were telling me about it.
It's a space station.
Zombie was over by the Hue Forge. Well, I think it was at the Polymaker table. There was a bunch of Hue Forge stuff at Murph, and this is gorgeous.
Man,
I love it.
that you can see like there's even like there was like an atmospheric haze on the horizon.
Yeah, in the horizon. Yeah. Wednesday with flexi hair. Here's some LED lamps that I recently 3D printed. You can get the files here if you're interested. This is Chris Bobo. Let's see.
These look like Sith holocrons.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The lights.
It's got to be colored light, right? Otherwise, that's multicolored filament. I can't. That's got to be the light.
It's got to be the light. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Okay,
It's
now
still
it's changing so
ridiculously cool,
fast.
though.
Yeah.
Get the files here if you're interested. I might be printing a couple of those for the house. Those are so cool.
Yeah, color changing light. Okay, that's what I thought. At first, the way it was spinning, it makes you think it's like a multicolor filament, and you could do that with this, though. You know what I mean? You could definitely do that with that.
If you go to that things link on their in the post, there's a ton of different patterns you can choose from too.
Ooh, that's cool.
It's really cool. Some of them look like classic 3D printing, like with hexagons and stuff.
Oh yeah,
some of them look like, yeah.
I just noticed
There's one here that looks like a Gothic, like a cathedral.
Yeah, like this one.
Man,
well,
there's some cool ones.
That is super cool. Love it. Nice work.
Nice.
See, more ideas for the kids, right?
That's where I grabbed them from.
Yeah. All right, next. A llama. Oh boy. We got let's see. We might have to turn sound on, but hang on, let me see if there's music. Let me just make sure.
What is this?
There's not music, but I don't think I can start it over. Hang on. Okay,
no
time out. You can do it.
Yep.
Turn on.
You're unmuted.
Okay, let's see if you can hear it. Can you hear it?
I don't hear anything.
Oh. It sounds like a wash machine banging.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. It sounds like a wash machine in the sound. It's like dunk 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 dunk. Leave it to Llama to find us.
Man.
What? What's your problem? I want to hear the sound of the wash machine banging. What's the solution? There you go. Floppy fish.
That completely threw me off.
It's so good, and it actually looks really good from this angle.
It does,
Like,
yeah.
you know,
I wish we could hear it.
yeah.
Did you
let me
share with
see.
audio?
I did, but it's so weird about how that works. I don't think I can show it. Dang it.
That's all right. There's links, right?
All right. Yeah, there's a link in there.
Okay.
So go check it out. Llama shared it. Hilarious, by the way. I don't know how to spell hilarious.
I just pulled it up in another tab and I'm listening to it right now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I wish I could. I don't know why the sound didn't come through. All right, next. Silver Bear dump truck. I'm gonna have to print this for my little guy now. But here you go.
Got a lot of dump trucks.
I love that so many people jumped on this and did so many different variations of the truck. The original one was the fire truck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh,
Love it.
we got a bigger dump truck in the back.
Yeah.
There we go. Yo, dog. I heard you
Nice
like
work.
dump trucks, so I put a dump truck in your dump truck.
The new Fix 'em Dude motors in place. Dump truck is out. Fix 'em Dude.
That's awesome.
Oh, so good. Is that like 300 or 400%? 250, 10% infill. 0.6 nozzle. Nice. That is epic. Nice work, Fix 'em Dude, and nice work, Silver Bear.
Very cool.
I thought you'd like this one, Brian. I think a lot of people will like this one, but this is actually, I had to look at this because I saw that it says we're having signs of life from the Print-A-Block 3D printer, and I was like, wait, hang on. 3D printing professor has Print-A-Blocks. How come we're calling this a Print-A-Block printer, right?
Okay.
Well, I didn't realize. So this is not printing great. But this is actually made from Print-A-Blocks.
Wow.
What?
Yeah. So if we go back, I'm like, what's
trying.
going on? This is the Recreator fun size, but this is the Print-A-Block printer, and he's working on getting it to work. But it's actually made from Print-A-Blocks.
That's fun.
That's awesome.
That is
so cool.
Because I was like, wait a minute, how can he take that name? And then I was like, whoa, I see what you did there. I had to actually go look at it. That's such a cool idea. Get the pieces here, all the connectors. Oh man, I love it. Open source,
Awesome.
I'll tell you.
Very awesome.
Next,
Ooh.
same old Shane. Wecom project done. Next project
Check
will
that
take some
out.
proper photos. Look at that.
Ooh.
Oh, Joel tagged us in this. This is so cool.
Yeah.
I want
That's
more
a lot.
details. Give me more details.
That's a lot of pieces. This is that what is it? 3D toy. Dang it. Help me out in the chat. I know the maker. Does he tag the maker? He didn't tag the maker.
No.
I
I'm
thought this
thinking,
was
though-
that
Oh, here it is. Yeah, Toy Maker
Toy
3D.
There you go. Toy Maker 3D.
Lightning Megazord V2.
Yeah. A lot of pieces on this one, huh?
We got to talk to this Toy Maker 3D guy. Look.
There's a
at
project
that.
that'll keep the class busy for a minute, Brian.
I would only let certain students take on something like that.
That's like a senior thesis project.
Yes.
There's a lot of pieces. A lot of pieces.
Man, that's awesome.
Nice work, Shane.
Very nice work.
Another amazing. Allie killed it with this one. My eyes are watering. Sorry about that. Presenting a fully functional, life-size Dynamax ball from Pokemon Sword. It's gonna go perfectly with a Clara cosplay, and she's gonna be making an appearance at Dragon Con. I think that's
awesome.
I don't know. But here, let me just do this. Definitely
love
can't have
seeing
sound
the-
on this one though.
I love seeing the inside, like skeletal elements of cool projects like this.
Look at this.
Ooh.
That is so neat.
So good.
And that's where we're starting to go. More of our kids want to start incorporating electronics into their prints. And
Yep.
Nice. Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Shell, the electronics. So good.
I gotta get better. Just in general.
It's a
I
good
just
goal.
see this and I'm like, what am I doing with myself?
Yeah. Yeah. I see this and I'm like, man, I wish I had time. I need to finish the dang Rat Rig 500 so I can print like this in one go or two goes,
Yeah.
one dome on each side, or you know what I mean? But awesome job, Allie. This is
I bet you
phenomenal.
we could probably how big do you think that is? I bet you can knock that out on a Delta. Like with a 300
I
mil
don't know.
bed?
I guess I don't know, cutting mat for scale. Where's the banana, Allie? Come on.
You're asking for banana.
anyways.
It's literally on a cutting mat with measurements on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you could get better, Caleb, but you're too busy tornado chasing. Ooh.
Yeah, that's fair. No, the tornado chases me. That's the problem. And it gets a little bit too close for comfort.
Tripod's Garage. I think I saw Tripod on. It's a real
Yep.
struggle for me to print something that isn't a practical print. So I asked Miss Tripod to pick something from the AnchorMake app for a hot muffin to print. Well, the Cookie CAD, with Cookie CAD Unicorn Fast Change, I have to say, this is a
I
nice
love that
combo.
change filament.
Yeah. Cookie CAD is some awesome people and some awesome filament too.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Very, very
Not
cool.
bad. I mean, if this was done on the AnchorMake, it was probably pretty fast. It's not 100% perfect, but I bet it was done in like a quarter of the time it would have been on another printer, right?
Pixum Dude wants to know
nice
how many
work.
bananas are in an inch. At
I
least
cannot
one
answer
banana,
that
sir.
the way I want to on this show right now. I mean, if you figure this is about 6 inches,
that I don't know where you're
and-
getting that 6 inches from. That's not.
oh,
no.
that's not.
No, not even close,
Oh.
dude. Keep
Darn.
telling
I
yourself
thought
that
this.
though.
Yeah, this is about 6 inches.
No, it's not.
So I've been taking notes of what I got to make sure I teach kids. So apparently inches are one of those.
Yep.
But the other
Oh,
thing,
no.
you say Cookie CAD's a good filament to look
Yes.
into. I haven't tried
Yes.
that one. So
Cookie CAD
They're really
has some
they're good people
amazing
too.
colors, and they're
Yeah.
great people. Yeah.
Yeah, and they have
Um,
a lot of really cool like pastel colors.
Yes. Sunset, sunrise, two amazing,
Yep.
amazing colors. I thought I had something here in one of those, but could be wrong.
I've got some of their mint, like
people
mint
are
colored.
people are laughing. Okay, that's what I tell. That's what I tell Lindsay. It's about 6 inches.
No, okay.
Next.
I was gonna make a different joke, but you totally.
Yeah. That's where you're going. Norman. So we were tagged later in this, and this is, if you have not seen this video on the Tested channel, you have to go check it out. This is the Frontier
Yeah.
ship, from Starfield. Just an amazing build, an amazing model.
I kind of want to check
And-
out this Starfield.
Yeah, I've never seen it either. But they have so many
It
people
looks
in here
awesome.
working on this. They said it was a huge team effort. I love
I didn't
it.
watch the video, but I mean, would he consider this like studio scale?
Now you're gonna
Oh,
have
there's
to watch the
electronics
video
and stuff
find out.
too.
Yeah.
What?
Electronics.
That is so cool.
So you have to watch the video and find out. But if I love the stuff that they do on Tested, Adam Savage has been just a favorite of mine, of course, since the Mythbuster days, right? I think a lot of us could say that.
Adam
Um,
Savage is like the granddaddy of
makers,
We gotta
right?
if we get him on the show sometime, that'll be the
The Pinnacle. We're shutting down the week after. We're
Nope.
yeah,
done.
we watch that a lot. Or I have a lot of kids that check out Tested and Jimmy DeRista and a lot of those.
I wonder what Russ is up
yeah.
to these days.
Jimmy's good stuff. And
I haven't talked to
I
him
mean,
in a
it's
while.
what's super cool about, the Tested channels. They do so much different things. Adam
Yeah.
is really good. Like, you know what? Today I'm going to make a bookcase, right? And he'll go through everything he would do to do that, or a box. The way he makes like boxes so the lid fits and stuff is super cool. He basically literally it makes
Lid,
a
literally.
box and then Yeah, literally. And then cuts like the top off of it. And that's his top, he puts a hinge on it and stuff. It's so cool how he does that. So
I asked Jimmy a while ago if he would join the show sometime, and he said yes, but I never followed up with him on that. Yeah,
I mean, do it. All right, we're gonna keep rolling. Big Jano needed a new headphones stand, so I decided to try my luck with the Clock Spring Vertebraeum headphone stand. 22 hours later.
Oh wow!
It is done.
I like that. I like that. It looks like a robot.
What was that, Brian?
I would just say nice channel. That turned out good.
Yeah.
Gotta have the hexagons in there somewhere, right?
That's awesome.
I love Sven. He's a freaking genius.
Mm-hmm.
Nice work there, Jano. Loving it. The Jano Leaf. He did that. Working on his check out his I'm not sure. Were you on heck, I don't remember, Jano, if you were on YouTube or Twitch or what you were on the other day, but building your Excel. But let us know when you're going to start building them again on stream. Chris Travis, a couple of prints from my AMS. Speaking of AMS, there you go.
What is, I don't understand what this sign is trying to say. What is going on here?
Warning to avoid injury. Don't touch my 3D printer.
What is that supposed to be? Does it mean like you're gonna beat your kid if it touches?
I wouldn't say
your
that.
3D
I wouldn't say
printer?
that's a kid necessarily.
Then what's going on there? Why are they under the table? What is going on here? Why is there a baseball bat? I don't understand this.
Somebody definitely is going to be in trouble. But I wouldn't say
why are they under the table? They're not even touching the printer. I don't know. I'm very confused.
They already did.
It's a cool print. I just don't understand the context. I don't know what the message is supposed to be here, and I don't know if I appreciate it.
Well, it appears that they already did touch the printer, and now they're reaping the consequences. Either that or
confused.
Either that or the first one's holding the hair because the second one's sick. I'm not sure.
That is the last thing that I imagine that was.
Yeah. All right, next, scrubbing bubbles.
Okay.
Love it.
I like the scrubbing bubbles for sure.
Oh, too.
Those are both so clean. I love that with the scrubbing bubbles. I love the way it probably would have been easy to just make a cylindrical thing with like ribs on it so that like it looks like the brush, but no, it looks like it's got some motion to it.
So
it's cool.
I'm not sure if Chris is with us. Chris, if you're here, you said this was your AMS prints, right? I'm reading that correct.
I don't know if Chris is here or not.
But this is on a Prusa. So you printed it on your AMS and you're displaying it on the Prusa. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Yeah.
Maybe the bamboo took over all of his printing, and he was still printing on the bamboo, and all he uses is Prusa for now as a backdrop.
Nice. Maybe someone touched his bamboo and it fell off the table. Who knows?
He was swinging a bat at somebody and accidentally hit the bamboo.
All right. Last but not least, because we're running late here. One and two, I'm blown away by this amazing dragon that Ian Douglas 736 printed and painted and gave away on a stream a couple weeks ago. I was a lucky winner, and I was excited that I won, but I had no idea that it was going to be this large or of this quality.
This looks like it's the way the photos are taken. It looks like it's set up to be a hood ornament on a car, and that would make the most epic hood ornament.
Yeah. Wow, this thing is painted great.
Yeah. Oh, there's more pictures underneath it too.
Yeah. I actually did a dance when I opened the box. I had to assemble this beast using 3D gloop and thick CA as well. I need to find a proper home in the house. If you don't follow Ian Douglas 736 here or on Twitch, you should. Here you go. Boom. I mean,
fun fact.
Solid.
You can thicken CA glue with well, never mind. I take that back because I don't want to misinform people. I forget if it's baby powder or if it's flour. I think it's flour. I can't remember. Never mind. Somebody in the chat can help.
Yeah, this is awesome. Chris is on a vacation. Got it.
RC Maniac says
Prushas
banana
do
for
have a
sale,
nice
car
build
for
plate.
sale.
Prushas make a good display area. He had to use the Prusha for something. Ooh, I knew that was coming.
That's what it was. Cornstarch. Thank you, Shane.
I love it. This dragon is so thick.
What if this is actually tiny and it's a 1/12 scale car that it's sitting on?
Yeah. Then that guy has some serious painting skills.
Well, having watched Ian Douglas paint that on his stream, I can tell you that's a big dragon.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Now I'm gonna have to check it out because I've never seen Ian Douglas, I don't think. So another person to check out. Awesome. Well, that was a hot mix. That was good stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, we lost to Caleb there. Oh, we lost to Brian. Sorry.
Well, what? Ian Douglas, I got this from him.
Oh, okay.
What is it? Oh, yeah. Is that in your pictures?
This one probably is not. I just got this from Ian Douglas. I won some coupons from him. I was able to get this off his
That's awesome.
store.
Sweet. Is that the 3D printing world one? Yeah.
I think that's where I got it, but
It looks like it. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
I have the
that's
same
so
one.
cool.
Those are so fun.
Very, very cool.
Cocaine may work. Anything powdery, really.
Jeez.
Oh man, I love it. Old Salty says, I was just trying to catch up. Caleb asked if the braids on Wednesday are flexi. They are. Yes.
Woo! I knew it.
Right.
I'm smart.
All right. Well, we're running quite late today. But I appreciate you being here, Brian. Real quick before we go,
thank you.
I got to say this. So here's what we're going to try something new for next week. We're going to try to get out of our comfort zone a little. Keep tagging us in the cool stuff. Hashtag HotMakes on the bottom there on the X or Twitters or whatever you want to call it. But I have an assignment. Go out, find something cool that is woodworking related, and tag us HotMakes in that. So we're going to try to do this like a theme every week.
It's funny we were just
for a few weeks and see how it goes, right? And yeah, right. And I'm curious to see what we can find like outside of our norm. We see some amazing stuff inside, and keep tagging that stuff too. But I'm curious to see what you guys can find that would be cool. That has to do with woodworking. Could be anything. Could be lasers, CNC, classic woodworking, carving, eagles and tree stumps, whatever you want, right? But go check it out. Tag hashtag HotMakes. I want to see what you guys can find. Take 5 minutes of your time and check it out because I'm curious. And
That'd
then
be
the other
awesome.
cool thing is maybe they'll be like, what's a HotMakes? And they'll come check us out, and we can get some of the other maker people out there too on. So
I know Llama. I think Llama does woodworking, doesn't he?
Llama does, yes. We have sweet
He
clocks,
might even
remember?
submit something. Yeah.
And he's been doing
actually,
some really cool stuff, actually.
I have those in the other room. I found them while I'm unpacking things. There's so much
You
stuff
didn't
that I
get blown
found
away
that
from the tornado.
Nope.
Somebody say stumps. Yes, put an eagle on your anyways, real quick before we go though, Brian, one more time, who are you? What do you do? And most of all, where can we find you?
Yep, I'm Bryan Farmer, also known as Darth Gallom. I have, as far as teaching jobs go, one of the best ones I think there are. I get to be a STEM educator or STEAM educator. I'm in work at Menomonee High School, a suburb of the Twin Cities in Minnesota. If you're looking for stuff that is really cool at my school, you can find that on X at Menomonee Fab Lab or Menomonee Engineering. Both come up to us. Or at Darth Gallom, if you want to see some of the things I work on. I like to try to share out occasionally on Twitch a lot of the cool stuff that my students make. Do that a weekly show during the school year. And then also somewhat active on X at the same handle, Darth Gallom.
Awesome.
Jim, Caleb, thank you so much for having me. And
yeah, thanks for hanging out with us. Sorry
We
we ended up running a little bit late.
And we only scratched the surface. I got a ton more I could share with you guys.
Ooh, we'll have to have you back then. And I like that.
Absolutely.
Idea.
Yeah. It's hard to pack everything. We're always running late because it's hard to pack everything into that 1 hour slot.
I agree 100%. Sometimes I'm like, do we do the hot makes? Do we keep talking? Oh, we have to do the hot makes.
Yeah.
But
I always get on him about that. He's like, we don't have to do hot makes tonight. And I'm like, it's the name of the show. We have to. It's the whole reason we're here.
I know. But check out the links in the description below. You're gonna find everything we showed in the HotMakes, and also most importantly, all Bryan's links are there as well. Go check out the school stuff. There is a link in an Amazon wish list. So if you want to check that out and shoot something over to the school, do it. And I think there's a way to put a note in there. If you do that, I can't remember. I think there's like a gift note or something.
Yeah.
If you do that, type like, I saw this on HotMakes or something. Like, let Bryan know, because I'm curious to see, like, if he gets anything from the show too. So, but
That'd
other
be
than
awesome.
that,
If I
everybody,
do, I'll reference it. And
That'd be awesome.
Everybody else, thank you guys so much for being here. We really appreciate it. Every Monday right here, 6 p.m. Central on HotMakes, and we will see you guys next week. Anything else, Caleb? We got to go? Good?
No,
good?
I'm good. I'm tired, dude.
All right, Bryan,
so
we'll be right back
tired.
with you. Everybody else, have a great night. See you next week. Bye.
Later.